Well, I think the most important thing that the shopping centers need to think about, the owners, the operators of them, is to really understand that the consumer now is in an entertainment mode. They're in an experiential spending. So how do we create in traditional stores the experience? How do we have them mixed together? How do the restaurants work with it? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, while omnichannel is absolutely critical, do not mistake the sort of investment you're making in your bricks and mortar and leave that behind while you're still establishing the e-commerce, because we're seeing that the growth in e-commerce actually is declining. It's not growing as fast as it was before. And moreover, the question is does the consumer really like the experience? And truly, they're saying basically that it's out right now and it's not something they like as much. And so I think that's the second thing. And then the third thing is, how do you think about partnering with other things that are not normal for you? So bringing in a chef and creating an experience in the store that day or in the mall itself, and bringing people in for that experience, which then extends to more shopping and giving people the idea. So it's that partnering, which I think will also be very valuable for people to start thinking about. We do not, for example, care for the experience of department stores, and they've been the anchor of many of the shopping centers, and so that is evolving there. Will that actually happen here because there's such a love of department stores here, so it's a very different behavior? Probably not, but it's certainly something that the department stores should be watching, the malls should be watching to figure out, should we lead with these sort of anchor tenants, or think about that unique experience we're getting and work harder on that mix in the smaller stores. So I think that's one trend, and I think the other trend is really knowing that the consumer is in charge, and this we really see in the United States. And the consumer, may want to buy it online, pick it up in store, or may want to buy it in store and later get it shipped. So really understanding the consumer's in charge, and how can you set up your business to actually respect and appreciate that, because they certainly know this post the recession. One thing that has been discussed quite a lot here at the conference is how to attract the luxury consumer. But what I'm saying is luxury is just not where it's at. In other words, all around the world we see a real decline, a significant decline in luxury goods spending. So that idea of leading with that is not necessarily probably the most successful strategy. So I think that's a big thing coming out of the data, and we can actually see that as a global trend and not just a U.S. trend. So I think that's extremely important for people to do. I think understanding also that this benefit of the drop in petrol prices is huge, and the consumer is actually starting to really spend that. It took a while for people to have the confidence it would continue and be there, but it very much is, and now we're actually seeing that increased spending.